Welcome to episode 71 of Tools in the Hall. After dark. I can't wait to show you what came back from our Cerekote. This project was a little long in the making, a little too long for my liking, but I'll explain why that is later on. I have been dying to show you this. I've been dying to show my customer. He's been on pins and needles to get this thing back. So, Sammy, this episode is for you, buddy. Stick around until after the tools, and I'll show you the coolest thing I've seen in a long time. First up, the 7 1/4 inch circular saw from Milwaukee. Why am I showing you this? I deal in automotive and diesel. I don't deal in construction and carpentry. I needed this saw because I have to do a project myself. So I haven't bought a circular saw in years because I haven't really needed one lately. So I decided time for an upgrade. There is a bundle deal. This saw with an 8 amp hour M18 battery for one price. So I decided I'll get it. At the dealer cost was rather good on this. Even Home Depot wasn't touching that deal. So I took advantage of my dealer cost. So I bought one of these for myself. Even at retail, it's still less than what you would buy the 8 amp hour battery and the saw for at, say, Home Depot. So you'll save some dollars too if you want it. Just let me know. But I have a project where I have to cut some timber to replace some rotting posts that's holding up my front porch. So this will be perfect for that. It comes with the blade. Battery was bundled with it. No charger though, but I've already got one of those. So I can't wait to put that to use. That just came in today. And I got some stuff lined up for the weekend. So hopefully I'll get that project knocked out in pretty short order. And I'll have some more to report on that next time. You have seen the Locka socket 5-row trays from Mechanics Time Saver. This is the 3-row version of that same tray. Heavy gauge metal construction with heavy swiveling handles on either end. This has 3 rows. All rows have clips that are the same size. This one is the 3/8 tray. They have these in 1/4 and half as well. When you buy the 5-row trays, you have, I think, 1 row of 1/4 inch, 2 row of 3/8, and 2 of 1/2 inch, or is it 1 of 1/2 inch and 2 of 1/4 inch? I can't remember the exact configuration, but you can put all your drive sizes on the 5-row tray. The 3-row trays have rows that are all the same size, and these cost about $35 less than the 5-row version. Pretty cost-effective way to go. If you were to do the same thing with individual socket rails, you'd spend more money. And this is heavy-duty enough where fully loaded, you can pick it up with those handles. It doesn't sag. And you can carry it anywhere around the shop with you where you need it. But typically, these stay in the top drawer of your cart because you're going to keep this one more mobile than if you just were to leave it in your box. Usually in the boxes, people have a more permanent setup. This is perfect for being a little more mobile in the shop and in a work truck too. So if you're out on the road, something like this might be perfect for you. This is what everyone refers to as a power probe. Even though Power Probe is the brand, this is the Power Probe 3. This is their electrical diagnostic tool, and it does a few very valuable things for you. It has some main functions, which are to check voltage, and it tells you the voltage in the LCD display. It checks for ground. You can inject 12-volt power into a component to test it. And the nice thing about this is if you're checking 5-volt subsystems, it comes with a separate 5-volt step-down adapter. You just remove this probe, stick the 5-volt adapter in there, put the probe back on, and now you're injecting 5 volts of power, which is necessary so you don't inject 12 volts of power into a 5-volt component and wreck it. So indispensable for chasing down any kind of electrical problem, short circuits, lack of ground, a break in a wire somewhere, a component that may or may not work. This guy will cut down on the amount of time it takes to troubleshoot something. And although there is a learning curve with this, once you get it, it's really valuable because electrical stuff is intimidating to a lot of guys. It's difficult to understand for a lot of folks. The sooner you can embrace it, get your head around it, and get good with it, the more valuable you're going to be. And that's how you get from like a B level tech to an A level tech. And that's how A level techs then specialize in things. And it's the guys who specialize in things that can go a long way in their career. I do know some guys that love electrical, and all they do now is electrical, and they contract themselves out. They have their own shop. They do all their own work and are loving life because they can pick and choose their gigs. They make good money. They're very valuable, and they're the go-to guys for people who have wiring work or troubleshooting work because they know it's going to get done and get done right when they take it to a specialist. So something like this could be the first step on the road to a pretty lucrative career specializing in electrical stuff. In any case, it's good to have it in the shop doing the regular diagnostic jobs because it'll get you there that much faster. Also from Power Probe is their temperature kit. This one is a base unit that has a probe. You can buy a second probe that just hooks onto the other side of the unit. The base unit here tells you a temperature because it has a sensor in it, and it tells you the temperature from the probe. If you had a second probe, this bottom number toggles between probe 1 and probe 2, or you can select which probe you're reading. So you can read 3 different temperature zones with this. It's great for doing AC work and looking at other jobs where you need to know the temperature in a few different zones simultaneously. It has a clip on the end here, so you can clip it to the AC vent if you're checking the output of the vent, as well as the base unit you can put in other locations in the vehicle and check to see what the entire ambient temperature is, or specifically what the temperature is coming out of a vent. Runs on AAA batteries for the probe and AA batteries for the base unit. Handy unit. I sell a ton of these things. Unfortunately, they've been on back order a lot lately, so I grab them when I can. So this is a new one to replace one that I sold the other day. From Topdon, this is their BT600 battery tester. I challenge you to find a better battery tester for $150 on a tool truck. I don't know that you can do it. This has a terrific large display, built-in printer. It's fast and intuitive, so it's easy to get results right away. It comes with a roll of paper in the printer and 2 more rolls of thermal paper. I also sell the paper by itself on the truck if you ever need refills. But this one is faster than the Midtronic units, and it's a little bit better than the Snap-on ones because it's cleaner, better display, easier to use. It comes with a set of clamps that plug in using a multi-pin cable into the unit. Here's where Topdon really stepped up their game. I have sold these in the past, and it had a lighter duty set of clamps with it, and the clamps were breaking where this copper inner clamp was becoming separated from this plastic outer clamp because there was one little screw that held it in here. They replaced them under warranty for me, and when they did, they replaced them with heavier duty versions of the clamps, which are these. So these are larger, they're more substantial, the inner clamps are held together better on these, and these are now shipping with the unit. So good on you, Topdon. You stepped up the game. Very glad to see that. They made a very easy work of taking care of the broken clamps under warranty. So that was pretty easy. The only thing was it was a learning curve. Topdon is a fairly new company for us to be working with. So far, my impressions of them are very, very good. I have no problems recommending the BT600 battery tester. I do know some guys that have their Phoenix series scanners, and they like them a lot. Their pricings are right around the same price of Autel, so you're getting a lot for your money. They also have a sub $1,000 bi-directional diagnostic tool that I'm not that familiar with, but if you are, please leave it in the comments because I'm dying to know what people's experiences are, especially because I rely on input that you give me to make purchasing decisions, to put stuff in inventory, or if somebody asks me about something that they see in a flyer or see on the internet, I can give them some information. And a lot of times, it's information that you give me that I then pass along because I don't have firsthand experience with the stuff you do. So if you do have experience with any of their tools like the battery tester, good, bad, or otherwise, I need to know, like their scanners, code readers, whatever, please leave in the comments. So all this comes in a nylon case. It all has these mesh pockets in it to store your cables, the base unit, and your rolls of paper, and owner's manuals in there. Great unit. I love these things a lot. And now I love Topdon even more that they did us a solid and started shipping better cables with the unit. From Ingersoll Rand, this is their 1/2-inch drive, 36Q Max air impact. Compact, quiet. It boasts 640 foot-pounds of breakaway torque. I doubt that that's accurate. Anytime you see a torque spec on a tool, just know that you have to take it with a grain of salt. I don't know how they did their testing to arrive at that number, but I will tell you this, it's probably not quite that strong. Even if it might not even be in the ballpark, but hey, they need a number to brag about, that's the one they do. So no matter what the company is, it doesn't matter if it's Snap-on, Milwaukee, Ingersoll, whoever, they're going to give you a torque spec that's going to be a little bit on the generous side, because what's in this housing here is just one tiny little hammer, and there's just not that much mass to it. It doesn't spin that fast. It doesn't have that much inertia when it strikes the dogs on the anvil. So is it a good unit? Yes, these are good units. But you're not going to be doing the big jobs with these. It's wonderfully small. It is just slightly larger than my hand, which is terrific for getting into any compact space, especially in the front end, or if you have to get underneath a vehicle. It's got the speed switch on the back, forward, reverse buttons. I don't normally stock this. The reason I have it is because it was part of a bundle deal of tools that I got from Ingersoll when a customer asked me to get them their 2235 Ti Max 1/2-inch impact. So there was that and some other things that I could get. I could take advantage of a bundle deal, so I did that, and this came with it. So I figured, why not put it on the truck? If someone's interested, I've got it. They put a 2-year warranty on the tool, which is great. Their 2235 also has a 2-year. So for this guy to have a 2-year and the large one to have a 2-year warranty, it's awesome. Normally you see a 1-year warranty on any power tool, but Ingersoll does us a solid and they give us a 2-year on their air impacts. Not all of them though, but this one and the 2235 I know for a fact do. Others have a 1-year, but it's no less than 1. Sometimes it's 2. I don't know that anyone else has a similar warranty for air tools. If you've seen it on other trucks or whatever, let me know. It's always good to learn because I like having that comparative information to share with people. It's part of the features that you run down when people say, what do you know about this tool? And I can say, well, it's rated for this, it costs that, it's small, lightweight, compact, whatever, and it has a better warranty, or the warranty is similar to one other brand, and depending on the price, that can mean a lot. Because a lot of times the better warranty is going to come with that higher price tag. Not necessarily so with Ingersoll's. Their prices are pretty good, especially if you buy it off of a tool truck somewhere. I mean, you buy it not on a tool truck somewhere, you buy it from a retail outlet. Just be careful if you're shopping on Amazon or eBay or some of those discount retailers. You may not be getting exactly what it is you think you're getting. You might be baited and switched, or someone might not send you the right thing at all. And you might have problems come warranty time using an Amazon or eBay receipt as proof of purchase. Some manufacturers do not accept that for warranty purposes. So do a little research before you buy from a retailer like that. Otherwise, stay with the reputable brick and mortar retailers or the tool trucks. And as long as you got good guys in your corner, they'll take care of you. From Lyle, these are brake caliper hangers. You can hang other things with these if you want to, but they're intended to hang the brake calipers, so you're not hanging it off the brake lines. They do not flex. They're rigid, like $20 for the pair. Other companies make the same thing. Mueller makes them in different colors, but they're a couple of bucks more for the $20 price tag. These are the ones that I normally put on the truck. Also from Lyle, a handy little tool. This is universal lift support clamp. You can use this when the gas springs break on the hatchback of a car or the hood of a car or even your tool cart. These little guys are handy. Can you use a pair of vice grips? Yes, you can, but then you can't use vice grips because using it to hold up a hood or the back of a car, in the meantime, you can use this just for that purpose. Why use a why not use a specialty tool when you can? Because now you're tying up your vice grips doing something else. And you can't use this where you can use vice grip. So get the specialty tool where you can. These are cheap, like 26 bucks, I think, for this on the truck. So it's a tool of refinement. It makes your job a little bit easier. Just do not over tighten it, because this back strap here can bend if you crank this down too tightly. Just a little bit of pressure is all you need, and it will do the job. Also, be sure to remove this before you try to close what it is you're holding open so you don't bend it or break it. It does come with this tag that you dangle off of here to give you that extra piece of visibility as a reminder. So always double check to make sure you got all your tools collected before you're done with the job, including this little guy if you're holding up the hood. This is the 24-inch long, half-inch drive ratchet from Gearwrench. This is their 120 XP head on here. Non-flex head. Full polish handle. When they're on sale, they're really inexpensive. I remember a couple of years ago, they put these on sale for like $80. It was insane. I could not keep them on the truck. Now I think they're about $110. So even for a tool truck price for a 24-inch long, half-inch drive ratchet, that's an awfully good price. You can buy longer ratchets from Matco. They have a half-inch drive. I think it's 30-inch, but it's $300. And if that 6 inches isn't that important to you, save yourself $200. Get the Gearwrench one. It has a finer tooth mechanism, so it's better in tighter spots. This needs a 3-degree arc swing in order to engage the tooth, whereas the Matco one, I think, is an 88 tooth, and it requires at least a 4-inch arc swing, and that could make a difference if you're in a really tight spot. So this guy here, for the money, tough to beat. Looks really good too. They have these nice orange accents on the handle. Lifetime warranty. I can replace the guts for you on the truck if it breaks, or I'll just replace the entire unit if something else breaks on it. Rare that anything else does. Usually the square drive breaks or the gears get stripped or something, and that's an easy repair under warranty. For the money, why not? If you need long-handled half-inch drive ratchets, look at the Gearwrench ones, compare that to the price of the other ones, and see what you're getting for your money. From Mayhew, this is an 18-inch long air hammer. This is the bit. Fits in the truck this way, and you have 18 inches to hit on something. Great for tight access for long reach applications. There are a lot of different brands of these. This is just the tag on it, so you can ignore that. There are a lot of different brands of these kinds of things. K-Tool has some. Gray Pneumatic has some. Ajax has some. There's a bunch of different brands. And it depends on the availability, which dictates the ones that I'm putting on the truck at the time. Also, warranty. I'm only going to buy ones that have lifetime warranties on them. Not all brands do. So check to be sure that when you're investing the kind of money in something like this. This is like a $50, I think it's, well, maybe it's more. How much is this? Yeah, it's like 57 bucks. So if you're going to be spending that kind of money on something, make sure you only have to buy it once. It would stink to spend that kind of money, break it, and find out that you have to buy another one. Mayhew covers them under the lifetime warranty. Very easy to take care of. And I think Gray Pneumatic does as well, but I don't know if they have ones this long. So there's different configurations depending on the manufacturer. Be sure, ask your tool guy what the warranty is before you make that purchase, and make sure he knows too, because some guys just assume without knowing for sure. There's so many tools that a tool guy sees and sells. He may not always know right off the top of his head. So make sure he double checks just so you're not led astray by mistake. When you need a headlamp, look at the Coast lights. You've heard me say it a million times, big fan of Coast. This is the 2075 lumen headlamp. This is the XPH34R. It has dual power, so it's rechargeable, and you can remove the charging cell and put in, is it AAA batteries? Yeah, 3 AAA batteries. The end cap here is magnetized, so you can not only use this as a drop light if you want, but while you're working, if this is on your head, you can stick small things like screws and stuff to that so you don't lose them. Focusing beam by turning the bezel up front, and a very comfortable wide headband for your noggin. It has a high, medium, and low setting, and then a turbo setting, which makes it shine its brightest of 2075 lumens. Lifetime warranty on these. All aluminum housing. Very comfortable, reliable. If there's ever a problem, I hand you a new one and you give me an old one. They cost about half the price of Streamlight units, which is why these are the ones that go in the truck all the time. I do like Streamlight for a lot of reasons. I do sell a lot of their lights, but I don't sell their headlamps or their flashlights because Coast has comparable products for a lot less money and a better warranty process. I have Streamlights for some specialty lights, but when it comes to headlamps, inspection lights, and flashlights, it's Coast on my truck. I've been showing you this a lot lately because I've been selling a lot for some reason. Stubby combination wrenches from Sunex. This is a standard set that goes from 3/8 all the way up to 1 inch, and it's one of the few sets that I know of that have a 1 inch stubby wrench in them. Most sets top out at 7/8 or 15/16. This is a beautiful full polish wrench. Combination wrench, so it has a 12-point box end on one end and an open end on the other. You don't normally see sets go to 1 inch because on stubby wrenches, you need more leverage usually to turn the larger fasteners, but on this one, they give you the big guy. Nice to see. I don't know how often people use a stubby 1 inch, but if I'm going to opt to put something in inventory that either has the 1 inch or doesn't have the 1 inch, and put one on the truck that costs about half as much as the Gearwrench set costs, it doesn't go to 1 inch, and also has a lifetime warranty, I'm going to put the Sunex one on. I mean, this set costs, I think, $80 or something on the truck, which means if you buy it somewhere else, you're going to pay less for it. But it's a terrific offering. It's very popular. When I tell people what the price is, they usually just snap it right up and grab it. They're expecting, I mean, some guys are expecting to hear me say $300. That's part of the insidiousness of the tool truck industry, isn't it? I mean, we all get used to hearing strangely high prices, and if you hear the prices enough over and over and over again, and then you get used to paying them, then it seems normal. And it doesn't have to be. I mean, there's no reason why you can't shop an independent tool truck like mine or Mark DeSashin from Mid-Atlantic Tools in New Jersey, or any of these guys that operate independent tool trucks. We all carry the same brands. The dirty little secret in the industry is that we all buy our stuff from the same suppliers. Yes, even Snap-on, Mako, Mac, and Cornwell buy their third-party branded stuff from the same companies that guys like Mark and me and other independent guys buy from. We all do it. So all the tools are the same. The pricing can be wildly different depending on the deals that people get, because in this business, when you're the tool guy, you have to buy for as low as you can. I don't go necessarily paying full price for things. And if I find a good sale on something, I jump on it and I can offer it for less, then I'd rather do that and sell more units at a lower price than sell fewer units at a higher price. So it gives you a good reputation too. People know you as a go-to guy and someone's going to save them a few bucks, and you still get premium grade tools with premium names. Sunex is one of them. Gearwrench, Lyle, Milwaukee. I mean, these are top tier brands that manufacture tools for the other big franchise tool trucks that you already know and buy. Mako, Cornwell, Snap-on, Mac, they all get stuff made by these other companies that I'm showing you now. So, you know, again, it's all the same stuff. Snap-on does make a lot of their own stuff, not everything, and they do rely on third-party manufacturers and private labels for some of their stuff. Mac doesn't manufacture anything themselves. It's all made by Stanley Black & Decker or some subsidiary of Stanley Black & Decker, or a third party that private labels for them. Mako makes toolboxes and carts, so that's it. Everything else comes from some third party. And Cornwell makes a few of their own tools because they own a foundry. But other than that, everything comes from a third party. It's private labeled for them. So that's the way the industry works. So find the deals where you can get them, because you can find very good deals that will save you a ton of money. You don't have to spend absurd amounts. It doesn't make you a better technician spending more money on tools when you can just buy the same stuff at a fraction of the price with the same warranties. Just make sure you trust your tool guy that he's doing it right. And if he's not, find somebody else, because there's lots of places you can buy tools. This is the 1/4 inch click type torque wrench from Gearwrench. It has a 120 XP mechanism in the head for 3-degree swing arc. This guy covers 4 to 23 Newton meters. I know you know what those are because everyone measures their torque in Newton meters. No, this is 30 to 200 inch-pounds, which is also 423 Newton meters. I don't know why. Who uses Newton meters? If you use Newton meters in your industry, please tell me. I'm dying to know. I've never met anyone in the automotive or diesel industry that uses Newton meters. So if you're in an industry where you measure stuff in Newton meters, I'd love to know what that is. I don't even think aviation guys do. I think it's all inch-pounds. So quarter drive torque wrenches are usually calibrated to inch-pounds, and then the 3/8 and half-inch and the 3/4 drive ones are calibrated for foot-pounds. And this guy is on sale right now for just over a couple $100. And I got a customer who was jonesing for a quarter drive stuff, mostly for projects that he does at home. He doesn't really use this at work, and he probably does more work at home than he does in his 9 to 5. He's just a busy guy all the time, smart guy, and he is very creative, and he's always showing me projects he's working on. I'm kind of blown away with how industrious he is and the stuff that he comes up with, and he's just a great guy to know. Then he ordered this one. In fact, he also ordered, hang on, let me show you. He also ordered a Milwaukee Insider ratchet. This is their newer offering that has a pass-through design in the ratchet head, and it accepts specialty sockets that are made just for this unit. Give me a sec to unbox it here and I'll show you. Normally I have these unboxed before I start talking about them, but I want to be slick and give you a segue there between the torque wrench and this because they're both for the same customer. So instead you'll have to watch me tap dance here. The hard part about getting this stuff unpackaged is repackaging it because this box is confusing. All right, ready? Long reach ratchet, 60 foot-pounds of torque this is rated for with the regular lockable trigger handle here. The directional switch is on the head. But look at this pass-through design, pretty slick. Why do they have that? Because they have a set of specialty sockets that are made just for this ratchet. It includes a 3/8 inch square drive adapter, a 1/4 inch square drive adapter, and a 1/4 drive hex bit holder with a magnet in it. And they all fit in a pass-through fashion by inserting the socket into the head. The smaller size sockets are pass-through sockets, so you can run a stud right through that. The larger sizes that start at 16 and up are not pass-through for some reason. I don't know why that is. But the socket set runs 8 through 21, and it skips 20. All right, so here's the neat thing about this design. How much space do you need on a manual ratchet or even a conventional battery ratchet to run a 21 mil socket? You need more than this, I'll tell you that. But here you need a minimal amount of space to run that socket. For some guys, that's a difference maker. And they will buy this set for that feature alone. And all the sockets are the same length, so they're all low profile. You save yourself a ton of space. And at 60 foot-pounds, you have some breakaway power that you don't have with their regular fuel M12 ratchets. They comes with this metric socket set. They do sell a standard socket set. And between the socket set and this guy, yeah, it's a little pricey. I don't know what the price is when it's not on the tool truck, but on the tool truck, it's a little over $400. And you might be thinking, well, that's a lot of money. Well, compare that to what you'd spend on just a long reach ratchet on the Snap-on truck, for example. And this with a socket set, with the pass-through features this has, it's a compelling offer, especially when you consider the warranty. What's the Snap-on warranty on a battery ratchet? I think it's a year, if I'm not mistaken. This tool here has a 5-year warranty. and any of the batteries that it runs on have either a 2 or 3-year warranty, depending on the capacity of the battery. The standard capacity 12-volt batteries have 2-year warranties. The extended capacities have 3. So you're getting more for your money from this unit than you would on, say, a Snap-on unit, and they don't have a pass-through design like this guy does. If you decide to buy this somewhere else, not on a tool truck, you'll save even more money. So consider this. And if you work with a tool guy that has access to the Milwaukee line, then ask him about it, because it might just be a really good deal for you, given all the features and the warranty and all that that comes with. You can buy a kit that comes with a battery and a charger, costs even more. Obviously, this is what they consider this a bare tool, even though it comes with the socket set, but the kit comes with the socket set as well. So these guys here, they know what they're doing. Milwaukee's a smart group of people, and when they put together a tool bundle like this, it's worth standing up and taking notice, because it is different. It is something that the rest of the industry hasn't seen, and when Milwaukee comes out with it, when they put their quality into it and they put the warranty on it, it's something worth considering for sure. Milwaukee has been getting more and more into hand tools in the past few years. They have some ratchet offerings, which are pretty nice. I think there's a 90 tooth, if I'm not mistaken, 4-degree arc swing on these guys. This one's a 3/8 drive, shorter handle one. I like the flats on the handle, make it very comfortable to grip and not roll in your hand. Standard flush reverse lever on these. What can I say about it? It's a very good functional ratchet. This is replacing a warranty for a guy who broke one. They don't make repair kits for them, I don't think. So I just have to replace the entire thing. Very easy. I just take his old one, give him a new one, and we are square. I love their socket sets. Their ratchets are good. I really like their impact sockets now. They're coming out with more and more of those. The cases that they put their socket sets in are great, heavy duty, nice metal hinges on them. They're rugged enough to put in your work truck if you're on the road. Big fan. I think that there's no bells and whistles on their stuff, but for the prices, you can't beat them. And you can buy this stuff anywhere. You don't have to buy it on the tool truck, but if you choose to, take advantage of the tool truck's truck credit program and make payments on it over time. And yeah, you're going to pay a little more in the end, but hopefully you get the quality tools and the service from your tool guy to make it all worth it. And now it's time for Tool Haul After Dark. I put gloves on because I don't want to touch this with my bare hands and get my oils and dirt on it, because this is a beautiful custom Cerekote job that I've been dying to get back and see with my own eyes. You're always a little nervous when you send something off for Cerecoating, because you never know exactly how it's going to come in. Are the colors going to be what you want? Is it going to look like you're hoping? And my hopes and desires don't mean anything. It's the hopes and desires of my customer that matters, and he's nervous too, so we're both kind of on pins and needles when this came back in. This is a Sig Sauer SP2022, and it has the zombie splatter motif. Zombie green, red blood splatter with the biohazard insignias on both sides of the grips. Beautiful black accents to it. They even did the magazine bezel down below. How gorgeous is that? Love it. This is from my buddy Sammy Salinas, who has been very patiently waiting for this. The story behind it is we sent it off, I think, in November. This is now March 20th when I'm shooting this video. And normally you're going to have to be waiting about a month for a Cerekote job to come back. If they're a little bit busier, 4 to 6 weeks, that's understandable. That's normal. So this one goes out, and I checked the status of it online and noticed that at the end of December, they said it was done and ready for reassembly. Awesome. I updated my customer. I told him, I said, man, we should be getting this back soon. Can't wait. Well, after a week went by and I looked at the status and hadn't changed, I called, and the guys at the company that does the Cerecoating said, he said, when we were reassembling, we broke a tab on the back strap. I'm not exactly sure where that tab is. It could have been something internal. He said, so we're replacing it. We're just waiting for it to come in. It's on back order, though. I'm like, okay, that's fair. They owned up to it. I told my customer he's fine with it too. So we're waiting. A few more weeks go by. Nothing changes. I called. They said they're still waiting. Okay, a few more weeks go by. I called. They say they're still waiting. So this happens a couple of times. And finally, they said backstrap came in. I'm like, great. They said, but our Cerekote left and we got a new guy coming in. I'm like, nah. So their new guy just had this backlog of stuff. They got the part. The new Cerekote was in. He starts working on it because most of the gun was done, but they just had a Cerekote replacement part that came in. So it all wasn't complete until just recently. They sent it back, and this thing could not look any better. Wonderful job. We got our Cerekoting done by a company called Right Armory. They're in Arizona. These guys are friendly and knowledgeable. If you have questions, they're there to answer them. They do a lot of our gunsmithing that we don't do in-house. So if it's a complicated job or it needs machining or it needs any finish work, Cerekoting, parkerizing, bluing, those guys are the guys that we send our stuff to, and the quality of their work is excellent. I love it. We refer people to them who don't give us their jobs to do, or if we give our jobs to them, we just forward them along if we don't do it in-house. Just stuff that we do in-house, cleaning, minor repairs, stuff like that. Everything else we send out, if something needs to be machined, if they need to make a part, or if they need to do finishing, it's Right Armory in Arizona for us. If you need any work done by them, give them a call. And if they treat you just half as good as they treat us, man, they won't let you down. Love this work. Great job, guys. Thank you so much. Worth the wait, for sure. This is going to be awesome. And having left the black accents on it like they have, this thing just looks so sharp. And I know, Sammy, you're going to love it. Hopefully, I get this back to you before this video airs. Depends on if I see you this week. Fingers crossed that you're at work and I'm healthy and I'm able to get there, because unfortunately, I've been off the road a bunch of times. So I've got a bad foot. So we've been working on keeping up with that. I know you're going to love it. It looks awesome. So that's it for this episode of my tool haul video. I hope you enjoyed it. We've got lots more stuff coming down the line. We're doing another repair on another Mako 3/4-inch air impact. If you saw the video I did last week on a Mako 3/4-inch impact, the same customer gave me his backup gun to work on, because that's having a stranger issue that we're going to have to look into and see what's going to be required to fix that. We got more tools in the haul videos, of course. We're going to have more firearm reviews, because I had some lowers coming in from Palmetto State Armory. We've got, I think, a 1911 or two coming in that I want to show you. All kinds of cool stuff. So do me a favor and click down here now to subscribe so you don't miss any of it. Thank you so much for watching. And remember, use a tool. Don't be one.